Try the newest, cheapest, and fastest delivery na express service. Introducing Moto Express PH. You can now leave your shopping and delivery needs with us without much exposure and interaction to people outside. Mapa-grocery items, medicines, foods, and other essentials and halal-certified products, kami na ang mamimili at maghahatid sa'yo. Sinisigurado na ligtas, in good and quality condition ang mga pabili o orders sa delivery service na iyong i-avail. Para sa maayos at mabilis na delivery at order mo, ipamoto mo na. Download Moto Express PH app through Google Play that is built to deliver beyond your expectation. Tara na dito sa Moto Express. Dahil moto mo to.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, brothers and sisters in Islam, and good afternoon to our brothers and sisters in humanity. I am Elenida Jess of Cebu, and my co-host, Sister Maria Mabakolo once again are happy regards to issues concerning our day-to-day lives, and we will try to connect this on some of the provisions on PD 1083. Before we further move on to the main topic, may I call in Sister Mariam for some words of gratitude. Sister Mariam. Sister Mariam, your voice, please.
I'm sorry. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm Sister Mariam from Bacolod, and you're watching Dear Sister Khadijah, our show every Friday, 5 to 7 p.m. With me also with Sister Elenida Des from Cebu. Before we start our program, allow me to thank you to our Global Pinas TV 168 President, Mr. Esmael Abaya Murahaja, and our Director, Sir Zeno Martinez, and Assistant Director, Mr. Carl Vinuras. And with me, Sister Elenida. To our viewers, please stay with us as we share another topic today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and click the notification bell for more updates of our show. And please don't forget to share so that some of our sisters may know what we are talking about here and share some of our idea. We share this topic based on our opinion and not for legal advice. For the young audience, parental guidance is advice. Back to you, Sister Elenida.
Alhamdulillah. Sister Mariam, we do only our opinions, and this do not substitute legal advice. Perhaps who are just new to our program, Sister Mariam, please
We have some system error, Sister Elenida.
In a while, our dear brothers and sisters, Sister Mariam will be discussing to us the objective or the rationale of our program.
Okay. Today's program, we have some important topic about the title 2 on our PD 1083. The title is Agama Arbitration Council. And to our sisters and brothers, we should have listen to this and get some idea for what we are discussing today. This is a very important topic with me and Sister Elenida. First, the Article 168 under the PD 1083 Constitution of Sharia District Court. The Sharia Circuit Court may, in appropriate cases, constitute an Agama Arbitration Council in the manner of specified in the title.
Okay, thank you for giving them, Sister Maria. Yes, thank you for giving our viewers the topics to be discussed. Um, our viewers, our Dear Sister Khadijah program is a way of educating the Muslim brothers and sisters, specifically the Balik Islam, with regards to what are the provisions in our laws that are governing our actions as well as circumstances. Um, I am glad to share with you also that the dear Sister Khadija is the brainchild of our Sharia counselor, Noor Hernandez. As a Balik Islam, and as his years of dealing with issues on Muslim women related to his work, especially issues on Muslim women and children, his passion to help them solve their problems grow day by day, month by I and Sister Mariam and our dear sisters in the advocacy are very honored to be working with Sharia counselor on this passion of his. Jazakallah cares, Sharia counselor Noor, that you have been an instrument. We are seeing the real conditions happening in some of our fellow Muslim women. Of course, as what was mentioned by Sister Mariam a while ago, today's episode is focused on the Agama Arbitration Council and jurisconsult in Islamic law, which are described in our PD 1083.
Okay, before we start off our programs,
As
let us
Filipino
know first what is
citizens
Agama
and as
arbitration.
Muslims, we must be people of fairness, and to be one, we must always be aware and act according to what is expected of us. In Article 3 of Republic Act number 386, ignorance to law excuses no one from compliance therewith. And in Article 19 of Republic Act number 386, in exercise of his rights and in the performance of his duties, act with justice, give everyone his due, and observe honesty and good faith. Right, Sister Mariam?
Yes, Sister Elenida.
Yeah, we have to know what are our rights, duties, and obligations, and when these rights end. Mere knowledge on what the rules, regulations, policies, and the laws governing our lives is not enough. We need to apply this whenever circumstances take place. For example, at noontime, my experience was this: while I was going to a certain known hypermart in Sibunga, as I was entering their area or their vicinity, there were a line of tricycles parked along the roadside, of which they are already taking place the area of which the pedestrian must if we have enough, we could say that somehow there is a violation made by the tricycle drivers or the tricycle drivers. So our knowledge on the laws would situations we are seeing in our environment or in the case maybe we are experiencing. Yes, Sister Mario, can you give us our viewers on the by the way, before we move on to our viewers
Go ahead, Sister Elenida.
the types of divorce, can you share with them what are these types of divorce, Sister Mariam?
Okay. In PD 1083, in Chapter 3, Article 45, definition and forms, divorce is the formal dissolution of marriage bound in accordance with this code to be granted only after the exhaustion and all possible means of reconciliation between the spouse and may be affected by. And we have seven kinds of divorce, namely in section A, repudiations of the wife by the husband, that is talak, and section B, vow of continence by the husband, that is sila, and the number three, in the section three, introduce assimilation of the wife by the husband, that is dihar, and the act of imprecation, that is lian, redemption by the wife, that is kul, exercised by the wife of the delegate rights of repudiate, that is tafwid, and the last judicial decree, that is fast, Sister Elinida. And today's topic, we
Yes,
have
thank you, Sister
to
Mar.
know the, yes, and today's topic that we need to focus today, this afternoon, is about the Agama arbitration that is entitled to in Article 160, Sister Elinida. And before we go on this topic,
Okay,
we
our
must know
dear
first
brothers and sisters.
what is Agama Arbitration Council. This is the Agama Arbitration Council means a body composed of a chairman and a representative of each parties to constitute a council to take all necessary steps for resolving conflict between them, between the husband and the wife. Sister Linida.
Okay, thank you for reading, Sister Mariam. Though we have some technical problem, I would like to read
Yes,
again this types of divorce mentioned by Sister Mariam. In Article 45, this is Article 45 definition and forms. Divorce is a formal dissolution of the marriage bond in accordance with this code. We are referring to PD 1083. Of reconciliation between the spouses. It may be affected by a paragraph B, vow of continence by the husband or the ila. Paragraph C, injurious alienation of the wife by the husband, and that is in Arabic term zihar. Paragraph D, acts of imprecation, lian. Paragraph E, redemption exercised by the wife of the
Gila, go
delegated
ahead lang,
right to
Sister
the
Elinida.
to repudiate the weed, or G, judicial decree of pass. Sister Mariam, of these seven types of divorce, which of these can be used by men or the Muslim men?
Uh, they can use the talak and the tafwid, Sister Elinida.
Yes, the two types of divorce by which we call as the tough.
Yes, the tafwid and the talak
So you mean
can be used by
the
the
rest of the
men.
five types of divorce are rights of Muslim women, right, Sister
Muslim
Mariam?
women. Yes, Sister Elinida.
Alhamdulillah. Shukran for this clarification, Sister Mariam. Can you please tell our viewers on what are the provisions in the Agama Arbitration Council, Sister Mariam? Can you read Article 160, the Constitution?
Yeah, as I read it earlier, the agama arbitration is the agama means a body composed of the chairman and the representative of each of the parties to constitute council to take all necessary steps for resolving conflict of between them or between the husband and the wife. And in Article 160 Constitution, the Sharia District Court or Sharia Circuit Court may in appropriate cases constitute the Agama arbitration in the manner specified in this title, Sister Elinida.
Okay, so again, we have some technical problems. Sorry to our dear viewers. Okay, Article 160 Constitution, paragraph 1,
Okay, I will continue na lang reading by the Article 161 due to our connection is so bad today. Okay, in 161, divorce by talak and tafwid. In the section 1, any Muslim male who has pronounced a talak shall without delay file with the clerk of court of Sharia Circuit Court of the place where his family reside a written notice of such fact and the circumstances attended thereto, after having served a copy thereof the wife concerned, the talak pronounced shall not become irrevocable until after the expiration of the prescribed ida. Um, the notice filed shall be conclusive evidence that talak has been pronounced. So
Okay,
in
Sister Mariam, what is the significance of filing the written notice with the clerk of court of the Sharia Circuit Court by the Muslim
I,
male, Sister Mariam? What is the
sister,
significance of filing the written notice with the clerk of court of the Sharia Circuit Court by the Muslim male?
written notice of such fact and the circumstances attended her to Sister Elinida.
Okay, to our dear
And this,
viewers, this would serve as the conclusive evidence. Please take note
yes,
that the written notice filed by the male husband, Muslim husband, it means or serves as the conclusive evidence. Dear viewers, you have heard from Sister Mariam the importance of filing a written notice with the clerk of court of the Sharia court, circuit court, when the husband had repudiated his wife with talak and tafwid. Why is the Agama Arbitration Council or needed, Sister Mariam? Why is it really needed, this Agama Arbitration Council?
this Agama Arbitration Council is just like a Supreme Court, Sister Elinida. This is the, I
Uh-huh.
said, the composed of a body and chairman representative of each of the parties and constitute a council to take all necessary steps resolving the conflict between the husband and wife or between them,
Uh-huh.
Sister Elvira.
Okay. We hope our viewers have already a glimpse of what is an Agama Arbitration Council. Is there a prescribed term for the clerk of court of the Sharia Circuit Court, Sister Mariam, to form the Agama Arbitration Council?
Yes, the constitution of this is the Sharia District Court or the Sharia Circuit Court may appropriate cases constitute where they can handle these cases, Sister Ilinida.
Is there a specific time when, within what specific time do you think the action be
Yes.
done, especially upon the after filing by this?
In Article 161, divorce by talak, and if you want to file it, Sister Ilinida, stated in the section 2, within 7 days from receipt of notice, um, the clerk of court shall require each of the parties to nominate a representative. The representative shall be appointed by the court to constitute together with the clerk of court as a chairman. An Agama
Aha,
Arbitration
so,
Council, the Agama Arbitration Council shall submit the court report on the result of the arbitration on the basis of which such other evidence as may be allowed. The court shall issue correspondent order. This one is 7 days for the purpose of, said Sister Elinida.
yes, thank you, Sister Mariam. Upon the filing of the written notice of the Muslim husband to the clerk of court of the Sharia Circuit Court, the within 7 days, this is in paragraph 2 of Article 161, by which within 7 days from receipt of notice, the clerk of court shall require each of the parties to nominate a representative. The
Mm-mm.
representative shall be appropriated by the court to constitute. Okay. So who would constitute this Agama Arbitration Council, Sister Mariam? Who is the chairman? Who are the members?
Yes, it's the clerk of court, Sister Elinida, as standing as a chairman, as a
Yes, the clerk of court of the Sharia Circuit Court serves as the chairperson or the chairman.
chairperson.
And okay, from both sides of the parties, there would be representatives to
Mhm.
constitute the Agama Arbitration Council. By the way, Sister Mariam, I've seen a sister watching on our program. I think this is sister. Can you see her? Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh,
Walaikum
sister.
salam, sir.
Okay, let's go back to our discussion, Sister Mariam. What about about subsequent marriages, Sister Mariam? What provisions in PD 1083 can a Muslim husband act upon? Can you please read Article 162?
162, the subsequent marriage. Any Muslim husband desiring to contract a subsequent marriage shall, before or so doing, file a written notice thereof with the clerk of court of the Sharia Circuit Court of the place where his family reside. Upon receipt of said notice, the clerk shall serve a copy thereof the wife or wife provision on paragraph 2 of the preceding article. If the Agama Arbitration Council fails to obtain the wife's consent to the purpose of marriage, the court shall, subject to Article 27 by the husband, decided whether or not to sustain her objection. So this should file, any Muslim husband should file a written notice regarding of the subsequent marriage that he proposed, Sister Ilinida. He submitted in
Okay.
the Sharia Circuit Court.
Thank you for that, Sister Mariam. Should the wife not agreeing to, for example, to the divorce by her husband, Sister Mariam, what remedies are due to her, which are in the provisions of PD 1083?
In the Agama Arbitration Council, obtain the wife consent a proposal marriage. The court shall, subject to Article 27, Sister Elinida. As we go on, I can read the Article 27 here.
Yes, please.
By a husband, notwithstanding the rule of Islamic law permitting um, a Muslim to have more than one wife, but one wife unless he can deal with them with equal companionship and just treatment as enjoyed Islamic law, and only exceptional cases, Sister Elinida.
Yeah, in this also, Sister Mariam, in our opinion is this, that divorce really would take place regardless
Mm-hmm.
of uh, the wife would agree to whatever is being filed by her husband, and nothing she can do about it. But there are remedies which are mentioned in
Yeah,
our
yes,
PD
there are
1083.
remedies for, yes, there are remedies for filing the case, Sister Elinida. For example, for the support, they can file it, the 9262 of our Republic Act. They can file a violation against women and children regarding for the support and any damages as she wants, Sister Elinida.
Yes, thank you
That
for
is the
that
part of the wife.
information. Yeah.
Yes.
What about in our PD 1083, Sister Mariam? Could you please read to our dear viewers Article 67? This pertains to the support for wife and infant.
Yes, in Article 67, uh, support for the wife and the infant. it is stated, and this is also uh, related to our Republic Act 9262, Sister Elenida. In
Yeah.
Article 65, support defined. Support nafaka includes everything that is indispensable for sustained dwelling, clothing, and medical attendance according to the social standing of the person obliged to give it, and the education of the person entitled to support until he complies his education, training, or vacation behind the age of majority age, or before the children has finished their colleges or in the age of 21, Sister Elenida.
And what about in the case of divorce, Sister Mariam? Please continue reading Article 67.
The support for the wife and the infant in Article 67, the wife shall be entitled to support during the marriage. In case of divorce, talak, her right shall be extended up to the expiration of ida. And the expiration of ida, Sister Elenida, is a 90 days period. However, in case of this wife pregnant all the time of his separation shall be entitled to support until delivery. So that is why we say that in a IDA period of 90 days kasi diyan natin malalaman if he is if she is pregnant or not. If she is pregnant, Sister Elenida, they can wait until the delivery of the baby, Sister Elenida. And the husband
Okay.
should support her. And in the
And
section
can
2,
you
any
proceed to
divorced
paragraph
nursing
2?
mother to who continues to breastfeed her child for 2 years shall entitled to support until the time of weaning, Sister Elenida.
Yes.
That is
So
in the
paragraph
section
2
2.
states that any divorced nursing mother who continues to breastfeed her child for 2 years shall be entitled to
Yes.
support until the time of weaning. And any other provision in our PD 1083, Sister Mariam, since we were talking about that, since the male, the husband has given or filed his written notice to the clerk of court or the Sharia circuit court with regards to the divorce, and the divorce really would take effect. What other provision can we mention, or so that our viewers would have another grasp on what are these remedies aside that what you have been mentioning earlier? Please read Article
Um,
155,
yes, in
paragraph G.
155.
Paragraph G.
In one Article 155, jurisdiction in article is the restitution of marital rights. That is in the section G, Sister Elenida.
Okay. Our dear viewers, aside that the divorced woman can have this support, which are mentioned in Article 67 in paragraphs 1 and 2. There is also another provisions in our PD 1083 that the Muslim wife can have if in case divorce would take place. And this is on Article 155, restitution of merits. Restitution, we mean restoration of something lost. So they can, um, the wife can use these provisions of PD 1083. By the way, Sister Mariam, before we move on to part 2 of our program, could you please share or advertise your product to our dear viewers?
Uh, to our dear viewers, the Mariam Kitchen banana stick is now available in some areas, but in Bacolod, there are more areas that I already delivered it. This one is
How many?
made by Saba. This is made by Saba banana, the green Saba banana. and we have a lot of different flavor that we have available now. The available here now is cheese and sour cream and honey glaze. For our viewers who want to purchase this, please send us a message for more information. That is a Mariam
Yeah.
banana stick,
Yes, our
also
program,
available in Cebu.
yeah, our advocacy on ending the violence against Muslim women and their children is not only focusing on the problems experienced by our dear Muslim sisters, but we're somehow giving everyone the opportunity to at least uplift one's economic status. And for those interested to be in partnership with Sister Mariam on her Mariam's banana sticks, you can directly message her to her FB account. That is Mariam Kodib.
Yes.
So would that be shipped by cargo shipping or by air cargo, Sister Mariam?
That is by air cargo para mabilis pag abot sa sa mga sister natin na gusto mag-avail ng product. And this is available nationwide na. Kaso lang medyo mahina pa yung production as of now. But inshallah, we can provide it.
For our non-Muslim viewers, Sister Mariam, can you please give them an overview? What do we mean by halal?
Yeah, the halal product is the safetyness of our what we produce from the land, the preparation after the land preparation and the growing up of our vegetables or our fruit trees, the process that is 500 meters away from the house. But our banana plantation is near in the mountain, feet of the mountain of Canlaon. So there is no houses, only the wild trees, and that is the banana that grow up freely without any fertilizer by the guide of Allah. We
Alhamdulillah,
can produce good. And after that,
that's
of
okay.
course, the preparation, the cutting of the banana trees, and for the transportation that is made halal. Why? Because our car, our transportation is only exclusive for the product of that we have. And inside our kitchen, only me and Sean also taking up the halal chef. He is in in the first year college of culinary art, but he is
Wow.
majoring halal. Yes, sister. And we both have a partnership doing this product that so that we can provide safety also, safety
Yeah, that's great.
precaution and clean. Oo.
What about, can you describe to our viewers, Sister Mariam, what about the soil preparation? What type of fertilizer are you using
No.
for?
We don't use soil preparation, Sister Elinita. Just cultivate lang the land and whatever leaves around them, we put it as a fertilizer. But we don't use any fertilizer. And to our leaves, ano yung ganun, cover of the skin of the banana, we keep it because we're going to feed that to our sheep and the turkey and also the reject cap of banana, Sister Elinita.
So the
No
banana
waste.
peelings, the banana
Yes,
peelings are fed to the sheep, to
yes, to
the
the sheep and
dogs,
the
to the
turkey.
turkeys.
Oo.
Yeah. And what about when, for example, are there any prayer made before the planting or
Yes, we
what?
of course. Before we plant it, before cultivating with, we submit it to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala for guide us and for the blessing of our what we planted.
Alhamdulillah. So that our viewers, for the non-Muslims, at least you have a grasp on what is halal For example, for the halal way of preparing the soil to the planting, to the harvesting, even to in the production line of this Mariam's banana stick. Hope
Yes.
that you would be purchasing sisters products, especially for those who are health conscious. And by the way, this kind of snacks, the healthy snacks, are really good for your children. Remember, there are no preservatives in this, and these are also good for those who have some, for those with health issues. Okay. So,
Yes, and this
Sister
is good
Mariam,
for. We use also the premium quality vegetable oil, Sister Ilida, that is canola oil.
okay, Sister Mariam, uh, let's proceed to reading Article 163 of PD 1083. What are these offenses
Okay.
against customary law?
In 163 offense against customary law, the Sharia Circuit Court in the case involving offense against the customary law, which can be settled without formal trial, may at the discretion direct the Sharia clerk of court to constitute a council or not less than two or more than four members with him as a chairman to settle the case amicably, Sister Elenida.
What
Under the
about, can you
Agama,
please
that is the
enumerate,
under of
Sister Mariam,
Agama
what are these?
Council. This is
Can
163,
you
Sister
please enumerate,
Elenida,
Sister Mariam?
offense against the customary law. That this is the pre-trial or the adjustment treatment with both counsel, Sister Elenida. If we
And
are
Sister
in
Mariam,
the offense, yes, Sister Elenida.
can you please enumerate what are these customary laws? Please read
Yes, Sister
Article
Elenida.
165, 75. Kindly read Article
Yeah,
165.
that is the qualification, Sister Elenida. I think that is 175, Sister Elenida. How to construe the customary contract. In
Yes,
Article
please.
175, how construed any transaction whereby one person delivers to another or any real estate plantation, orchard, or any fruit-bearing property by virtue of sanla, arendao, or similar customary contract shall be construed as a mortgage or riham in accordance with the Muslim law. Sanla or sanda means sanla and Sister Elinida. That is cases
Okay.
referring to the Article 163, Sister Elenida. That is under the council and that is the pre-trial, Sister Elenida.
Okay. Thank you. So that means there would be minimal time for them to settle their disputes with these provisions you have cited. In relation
Yes,
to
that is customary
Article
contract.
175, in relation to Article 175 of PD 1083, our Civil Code of the Philippines prescribe Article 22,
Mhm.
which states that every person who through an act or performance by another or any other means acquires or comes into possession of something at the expense of the latter without just or legal ground shall return the same to him. So just like what we have, Sister Mariam have been talking a while ago on Article 175. Sister Mariam, let's go to jurisconsult in Islamic law.
That
Can you
is in the
please
Title
read
3.
164?
PD 1083, Title 2, Jurisconsult in Islamic Law, Article 164, Creation of the Office and Appointment. And Section A, there shall be a jurisconsult in Islamic law who shall be appointed by the President of the Philippines and hold office for term or 7 years without prejudice to reappointment unless sooner removed for the cause on incapacitated to discharge the duties of this office. And the section B, the office of the jurisconsult shall be under the administrative supervision of the Supreme Court of the Philippines, which shall also fix its permanent station, preferably in the city of Zamboanga.
Thank you, Sister
Meaning,
Mariam.
jurisconsult is that is a circuit court.
The circuit court. So this serves as the as if the judge, right, Sister Mariam?
Yes,
So who would be appointing the jurisconsult, Sister Mariam?
the
Who
appointed
appoints him?
who shall be appointed by our President of the Philippines.
Okay. To our dear viewers, the jurisconsult is appointed by the President of the Philippines. Of course,
Philippines,
he
the
has to
Republic of the
serve
Philippines.
seven
7 years.
years. Oh, he cannot be reappointed, right, Sister Mariam?
Yes, yes. He cannot reappointed unless sooner remove the cause of incapacitated.
Yeah, and that 7 years might shorten, or he could not reach 7 years. That might be shortened if, for
Or it
example,
will be long term.
he is incapacitated to discharge the duties of his office.
Yes, office.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And the section
So who
B.
would
Uh,
supervise? Who would supervise the juris consult, Sister Mariam?
In the section B, Sister Elinida, the office of jurisconsult shall be under the administrative supervision of the Supreme Court of the Philippines, which shall also fix a permanent station, preferably in the city of Zamboanga.
Thank you, Sister Mariam.
That is
Might
the
be there
administrative
are
supervision of the Supreme Court.
might be we have viewers, Sister Mariam, who are really interested to know more what are the qualifications of this juris consult. Can we give them the
Yes.
qualifications? Can you read this Article 165?
Ar- Article 165, qualification. No person shall be appointed jurisconsult in Islamic law unless he is a citizen of the Philippines, at least 40 years old, of good moral character and proven integrity, and the eminent scholar in the Quran and Hadith, and in Islamic jurisprudence, as well as proficient in Arabic, Sir Elinida. Again, he must at least 40 years old and have a good moral character, proven integrity, and eminent scholar of Quran and Hadith and jurisprudence, as well as proficient in Arabic. That is
Thank you,
the
Sister
qualification
Mariam.
of our jurisconsult.
For our dear brothers or sisters who are interested to know how could one be a jurisconsult in Islamic law, Sister Mariam had read to us Article 165, the qualifications. As we have observed, there are four qualifications. Of course, the basic
Mm-mm.
qualification is that he must be a Filipino citizen of this
Yes.
country. And then
Mm-mm.
at least he is 40 years of age. I just
Mm-mm.
and of course with good moral character and proven integrity. This is
Integrity.
the third qualification. And what do we mean by eminent? Eminent scholar means at least he's considered as expert in the Quran as well
And
as in the
hadith.
Hadith. And not only that, he must also be very proficient in Arabic.
Mm-mm.
Because in our, for example, in PD 1083, these provisions have also used Arabic terms. So he must be proficient in Arabic and he knows what are this, the meaning of the Arabic terms. So, as of course, um, these are the provisions given or stated in our PD 1083. So far, we have discussed jurisconsult, Islamic law. In Islamic law, Article 164, the creation of office and appointment. As we have heard from Sister Mariam, the jurisconsult is to be appointed by the President of the Philippines. And then he shall serve for 7 years. But of course, it's very clear now in this provision, Article 164, that he would not be reappointed on the same office. But his term could be shortened if in case he is found to be incapacitated to discharge the duties of his
Mm-mm.
office. And in
Mm.
Article 165, Sister Mariam mentioned to us the qualifications of the
Qualification.
jurisconsult. And kindly read to us, Sister Mariam, what are the functions of the jurisconsult?
Yes, that is the important article in 166 function. In the section E, the jurisconsult shall, on the written request of any interested party, have the authority to render legal opinions based on recognized authorities regarding any question relating to Muslim law for the purpose. He may, if he deems it necessary, consult or ask for a consensus of the ulama. The jurisconsult shall, on the written request on any interest party, have the authority to render legal opinions based on recognized authorities regarding any question relating to Muslim law. For this purpose, he may, if he deems to necessary, consult or ask for a consensus of ulama. And the section B, the jurisconsult shall be considered and act on every such request unless, in his opinion and for good reason, the question need to be answered. And in the section 3, the office of jurisconsult shall keep a compilation and the causes of the publication of all his legal opinions, Sister Ilinida.
Yes, I hope this is very clear to our viewers on what are the functions of the jurisconsult. And we have here, as we have heard from Sister Mariam, there are three functions of the jurisconsult. I would read again. Paragraph
Have the
1,
authority. Mm-mm. Have the
the
authority to
jurisconsult,
render.
yes, the jurisconsult shall, on the written request of any interested party,
Mm-hmm.
have the authority to render legal opinions based on
Yes.
recognized authorities regarding
Mm-mm.
any question relating to Muslim
Relating
law.
to Muslim law
Yeah.
for
As we
whatever
have
purposes.
as we have mentioned earlier, specifically on Article 165 on his qualification, that he must be he must be considered as eminent scholar in the Quran and the Hadith, and that
Mm-mm.
of course in Islamic jurisprudence. But if in case in this paragraph one, the juris consult for this purpose, he may, if he deems if necessary, consult or ask for a consensus of the ulama. So he does not only rely on himself, he needs also the consultation. He needs to consult also with the ulama.
Ulama.
So he has to get the consensus of the ulama. In paragraph
Mhm.
2, the jurisconsult shall consider and act on every such request unless, in his opinion and for good reason, the question need not be answered. But in number 3, paragraph 3, the office of the jurisconsult shall keep a compilation and the compilation and cause the publication of all his legal opinions. For those people who qualified under Article 165, the qualifications of this PD 1083, so of course, we are giving you an idea on what are the functions of jurisconsult. What about Sister Mariam? The compensation for this very
In 167, compensation until otherwise provided by law, the jurisconsult shall receive annual compensation of 48,000 pesos, which shall not be diminished during his term of the office. So, he has a compensation naman, Sister Elinida, and it is given annually. If you divide it in a month, he can
okay,
receive 4,000 a month, Sister Elinida, because we divided it into 12
um,
months.
the 48,000 pesos divided by 12 months.
12, that is
So meaning
4,000 per month.
the jurisconsult is only receiving 4,000 pesos. Of
Mhm.
course, in Article 168, kindly read this office personnel, Sister Mariam.
In Article 168, office personnel, the jurisconsult may, in accordance with the civil service law and subject to approval of the Supreme Court, appoint and fix the compensation of such personnel as may be necessary for the performance of his function. Of course, yung mga kauban niya, office personnel has also compensation, and it is necessary to perform his of his functions, Sister Elinida.
Yes, of course, everything must be in accordance with the civil service law and subject to the approval of the Supreme Court.
Supreme Court.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's go over with what we have been discussing, Sister Mariam. Um, at the start, we were talking about the types of divorce. Can we
Mm-mm.
give what are these type of divorce, Sister Mariam, for our late
Uh,
tuners? They
I
may.
we have in the divorce in chapter 3, divorce talak. We have a seven kind of divorce, but we need to know first the definition and forms of divorce. Is the formal dissolution of the marriage bound in accordance with this code to be granted only after the exhaustion of the possible means or reconciliation between the spouses it may be affected. And first, in the section A, that is repudiations of the wife by the husband, that is talak. And the section B, vow of the continence by the husband, that is ila. And the section C, injurious and assimilation of the wife by the husband, that is zihar. Acts of imprecation, that is lian. In section E, redemption by the wife, that is full. And the section F, exercise by the wife of the delegated rights to repudiance, that is with. And the G is the judicial decree, that is passed, Sister Inilida.
Yes, Sister Mariam, and might be our viewers or some of our Muslim brothers and sisters, they just think that divorce is just as easy as any ordinary circumstances happening in one's life. It's not that easy. Once that this is already at the court, our our officers in the court, they would really try their best to, at first, to have this means of having exhaust all the possible means for the reconciliation of both parties. Not just
Mm-mm.
one pronounced, the male husband pronounced talak, 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 that everything is dissolved, the marriage is dissolved. No, but the in the process, in the court process, the the court officers would find ways to reconcile both parties. Right,
Yes,
Sister
it must
Maria?
be yes, it must be issue in corresponding order, Sister Inida.
Yeah, and this is very clear in our Article 45, Sister Mariam. There is that word there. Uh, the phrase, this only be
Mm-mm,
granted only after the exhaustion of all possible
mm-mm,
means. Parang in
mm-mm,
our term, in Tagalog, binuhos. Ginawa na talaga nila ang lahat na
mm-mm,
may reconciliation pa ng both parties.
mm-mm, mm-mm. And
And
even if he pronounced that he divorced it, but as long uh, they cannot finish the ida period of a woman, it should be done in 90 days, not less than, not even in a single hour. It must be 90 days, Sister Elinida.
Sister Mariam, may I ask you, Sister Mariam, at what instance can a Muslim wife uh, divorce her husband? Is there a possibility for a Muslim wife to divorce her husband?
In the in my own opinion, yes, Sister Elinida, but the husband always do that is talak and tafwid, Sister Elinida.
Yeah, you're right. In
But
Article 51,
mhm,
what do we mean by tafwid?
the tafwid in Article 51, the tafwid, if the husband has delegated tafwid to the wife rights to effect a talak at the time of the celebration of the marriage or thereafter, she may repudiate the marriage, and repudiation would have the same effect as if were pronounced by the husband himself.
Okay. Thank
That
you
is
for,
divorced by tafwid.
yes, Sister Mariam.
And that is a good, Sister
So
Lenita,
the
if
wife
we read na
is,
lang the kind of divorce, what is the divorce by in stated in Article 46, because we still have big time pa, Sister Elinida, so that we can discuss it about the what is divorce by talak in
okay.
Article 46 stated here. Um, I will read this, Sister Elinida. A divorce by talak may
Yes,
be
yes.
affected by the husband in a single repudiation of the wife during her non-menstrual period, tour, within which he has totally abstained from a carnal relationship with her. Any number of repudiation made during the tour shall constitute only the repudiation and shall become irrevocable after the expiration of the prescribed ida. So in the section
Um,
2, a husband who repudiates his wife either for the first or second time shall have the right to take her back through due within the prescribed ida, resumption of cohabitation without need of a new marriage contract, without new contract of marriage. Should he fail to do, the repudiation shall become irrevocable talak, a being sugra. So meaning to say, after the IDA period or hindi pa natapos ang IDA period, yeah, if they have the resumption of cohabitation na Sister Elinida, pwede sila magbalikan na wala na uh, having a new marriage contract. It's the same marriage contract they have it.
okay, Sister Mariam was reading to us paragraph 2 of Article 46 of our PD 1083. A husband who repudiates his wife either for the first or second time shall have the right to take her back. That in Arabic is ruju, within the prescribed ida by resumption of cohabitation without need of a new contract of marriage. Uh, should he fail to do so, the repudiation shall become irrevocable. Irrevocable. By the way, Sister
Irrevocable.
Mariam, of course, the husband has, for example, filed a written notice to the clerk of court in the Sharia Circuit Court on uh, his plan to divorce his wife, and now they are as if in good terms already. What must the husband do with regards to this divorce that he had filed with the clerk of court of the Sharia Circuit Court?
Of course, once the any Muslim husband file the written notice to the Sharia Circuit Court, Sister Ilinida, the Sharia Circuit Court has already answer it within the limit of time or the first time that they can have it. They said it here within the 7 days of receipt upon the notice, Sister Ilinida. And for the wife, Sister Ilinida, the consent is proposed or opposed to the marriage. It shall be a subject to Article 27, Sister Ilinida. It has be
But
uh,
but if in case Sister Mariam they have come into good terms, and while it is still in the period of Ida, they reconcile. What must they
mm-mm,
do? Since the husband has filed already the written notice with the clerk of court from the Sharia Circuit Court, should the husband just ignore whatever written notice he has given or submitted to the clerk of court, or should he inform the court that
he
uh,
must inform the
there is
court that he
already
that he reconciled. He must inform the court
so
that uh,
yes, the Muslim husband has to inform the
to
court,
the
the
court.
clerk of court, right?
That is why before
Is
we
it?
make any decision, we make strong it and think it many times before we
Yeah, that's
decide.
right. That's true, Sister Mariam. Okay, to our dear viewers, so we have been talking here that if in case a wife is repudiated by the husband, and that's what we call as the talak, and then within the specified time or within the Ida period, they themselves have reconciled, it is the duty of the husband to inform again the clerk of court of the Sharia Circuit Court that they have reconciled. So whatever he had
Mhm.
filed earlier with regards to his plan of divorcing his wife must also that they have reconciled. So again, our dear viewers, particularly to those who are experiencing such marital issues, always bear in mind that whatever actions that we are going to take must at least be in line with our laws, and that is what we call the Code of Muslim Personal Laws of the Philippines. Our sharing here, as we have mentioned at the beginning of our program, is that these are only our opinions. If you seek legal advice, and if you are Muslim, both of you are Muslims, please seek the expertise of our Sharia counselor so that
Mm-mm.
there would be closure to whatever disputes or marital problems that you to the divorce mentioned by Sister Mariam. For the men, they can pronounce the talak and the, what is the other one, Sister Maria, for the man? Talak and
Talak and tafwid.
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 Yes. Can you invite our dear viewers, Sister Maria, for our other program or the program of Sharia Counselor Noor Hernandez?
Yes, we have a show in Batas at Sharia every Sunday, 12 to 1. Sister Elinida, you are invited, to all brothers and sisters are invited to watch the Batas at Sharia every Sunday, 12 to 1. And our show, Dear Sister Khadijah, this is a regular show every Friday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And we are invited also tomorrow, tomorrow, Sister Elinida, with the Chef Mayumi, I think.
Yeah,
Well, that is
inshallah.
what time that, inshallah? What time, Sister Elinida? That is the Halal Chef International. Wow, we are in the Halal
You
Shift
will be
show
guests during
tomorrow.
her show tomorrow.
Yes,
Uh, we're inviting you to watch also the program of Chef Mayumi, an
yes. She
expert
is
on the
an
halal.
international chef. Wow. We see not only the law that we read, but we need to watch also and seek knowledge from Chef Mayumi, Sister Elinida.
Yes, and to
No, I
our
think she's going to make a unique carbonara. I read it in our conversation, but due to my headache earlier, I'm so excited. What is that? She make a unique carbonara made by vegetables. Wow. We will watch that tomorrow, Sister Elisa. And I am so excited that I can apply it in the kitchen so that we can take another menu from the international chef, Chef Mayumi.
Mayumi tomorrow, so we can taste
And to
the
our
delicious.
viewers, to our viewers, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell below for more updates, and please share. And thank you to our attorney Nor Hernandez. He is our Sharia lawyer. For those who need legal advice and need attorney, we have a very energetic lawyer that is our Sharia lawyer, attorney Nor Hernandez.
Alhamdulillah. We have a very supportive Sharia counselor, Noor Hernandez, giving
Mm-mm,
us or educating us on the laws of the land, the Civil Code of the Philippines, as well as the Code of Muslim Personal Laws of the Philippines and other related laws. We are so grateful, Alhamdulillah, for this great opportunity, really, to be with Sharia counselor Noor, and this has changed our perspective in lives. Yes, Sister
mm-mm,
Marian.
mm-mm,
Before, I don't know really what are these laws that are governing our lives as Muslim. Uh,
mm-mm,
when, for example, I hear the word divorce, uh, that's just it. When as I've known before, when a man says divorce to the wife, that's it already, and there were no more court procedures to be followed. But as we are with Sharia counselor on Noor Hernandez on this learnings about
mm-mm,
the Islamic law, I learned a lot about what are the provisions in our PD 1083 that have to be to be known, or as I have mentioned earlier, it's not just we know the provision of this PD 1083, but we have to apply whatever circumstances are in front of us, and we know what possible provisions match with that circumstance. we should take the action. We should not be just bystanders and um, be run over. Especially as Muslims, we are obliged to follow the laws of the land, of course, as well as the laws of our uh, government or the Philippines. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sharia Counselor Nor Hernandez. I think he's trying to get in. Sister Mariam.
Yes, maybe our Sharia is watching us. Attorney
We
Law is
will be
watching
very
us.
glad to have you on this show, Sharia Counselor Nor Hernandez. A while ago, we were talking about the Agama Arbitration Council as well as the Jurisconsult in Islamic Law. We briefly discussed to our viewers what are these provisions in the Agama Arbitration Council.
And this is very important to every person, Sister Ilmida. Both brother and
Especially the
sisters
Muslim.
must, yes, must, every person must, in the exercise of the rights and the performance of his duty, act with justice, give everyone his due, and observe honesty and good faith and right and your faith, sister, good faith.
Yes, that's right, Sister Mariam. And we always have to be conscious on what are our rights. Of course, there are also limitations of our rights. Oh, it's
Mm-mm.
where
Because
the
yes,
rights of
because of the
others
ignorance
begin.
to law excuses no one from compliance therewith in our Republic Act 386. Right, Sister Elenida? We should
Yeah.
know the law.
Um, yeah. And we hope that our Muslim community, especially those who are uh, teaching the values or the essence of Islam to our dear brothers and sisters, as much as possible, take time also to read what are the provisions in PD 1083. We need to educate our Muslim Ummah. Assalamualaikum
Yes.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sharia
Wow.
Counselor Noor Hernandez, happy to have you here.
Yes, waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Mariam and
Walaikum
Yes,
salam.
Len.
salam. Walaikum
Thank you
salam.
for
And salam to our
allowing me.
viewers also.
Yeah,
Also.
allowing me by Director Zeno, sir, and President Ismail Abaya for allowing me to be a part of this very educational and very informative program. I was hearing your discussion and I was so happy because you already have the ability to identify some issues concerning the cases involving Agama Arbitration Council. You know, my dear sister,
Alhamdulillah.
before I begin my discussion also, my participation in this discussion. Of course, allow me to say Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin, wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulullah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man nastalbi sunnatihi ila yawmiddin. Okay, Assalamualaikum again and to all the viewers and subscribers in this program. Please join us and give your time to discuss and to ask questions. You are free to ask questions for as long as we can able to answer your question under the parameters of PD 1083 and other existing laws. In regard to what you are talking about, the Agama Arbitration Council, and this must be understood by so many Muslim nowadays because they do not know that this council or the Agama Arbitration Council was established along with the provisions of PD 1083 under Article 160 to have an mediation process. In doing so, the parties were invited by the chairman, who is the clerk of court, to what do you call this, to have their representative present so that the issues regarding the marital problem will be discussed in out of court. Tandaan nila to, no? Yung Agama Arbitration Council is out of court. Sa labas pa ito ng korte at hindi po judge ang nakaupo po rito kung hindi yung clerk of court. Now, the purpose of Agama Arbitration Council is simply to undocket, no, to lessen the docket of our Sharia courts or even our regular court. They can settle their dispute by merely presenting themselves into the invitation written invitation by the Sharia Circuit Court. Did we already read the passage of Article 161? This is the report of Mariam. System. Mariam, did you already read the passage of 161? What are the cases involving the Agama Arbitration Council? Diba, we have the divorce proceeding in the divorce of talak and tapwid can also be mediated in the Agama Arbitration Council, who was headed by none other by the clerk of court. Okay, and the reason for this mediation is so that it will be very inexpensive and somehow it is very effective, no? Para maintindihan siguro ng iba nating kababayan, Tagalogin natin ng 50-50 para mas madali ng konti nila. Minsan kasi na pasintabi lang po, minsan may nagre-request sa amin, hindi ho namin masyado maintindihan. Okay. So how do we use or how do we avail, no? Len, you can answer. You can also participate in answering this. By the way, this is the report of Mariam Coder, Article 161. So how do we avail? First, let us educate our viewers. Paano ba sila pwede na magsampa o humingi ng tulong sa ating Agama Arbitration Council? Ano ba yung mga kaso na tinatalakay dito? Mariam, sige, report mo yan eh.
Yes, the cases here is divorce by talak and tapwid, attorney.
Okay. So, who is the party here that will write, no, in the Agama Arbitration Council? Sino ba yung susulat sa ating AAC? Any
Muslim male who wants to pronounce the talak.
Okay, so in that sense, any Muslim male, I'm sure the Muslim male, we are talking about Filipino Muslim, di ba, Len? Not the foreign Muslim. Bakit? This is a primary focus on our the benefits of Filipino Muslim who on the situation that they are pronouncing talak either by talak, divorce by talak or divorce by tapwid. And by the way, Len, what is divorce by talak and divorce by tapwid? Ano ba yung pagkakaiba nito, Len? Paki-discuss mo nga sa amin.
Divorce by talak, this is the repudiation of the wife by the husband.
Mm-hmm. So, this is the repudiation of the husband. Okay, di ba? Parang nire-reject niya, no? Repudiation, nire-reject niya na yung kanyang asawa. And what is the meaning of divorce by tapwid?
Divorce by tapwid, this is the rights of the Muslim wife to repudiate her husband, and this is given during the marriage ceremony.
Okay, let us go to Mariam. We would like to ask Mariam to explain to us so that our viewers and our subscriber will have an ample knowledge. Mariam, Article 161 under its provision discuss about any Muslim male who was pronounced talak shall without delay. Let us remember the word without delay. What is the meaning of the word without delay? What is the interpretation? Assuming that I am the husband, okay, and I repudiate my wife, and I said, I divorce you. The law said, without delay. What is the meaning of the word without delay?
Without delay, attorney, means no hindrances of he wants to have a divorce immediately.
Come again. Let us explain that very clearly. The word without delay means that whenever a Muslim male pronounce divorce to her husband or his husband, her husband, so what will be the case? Without delay, he will be informing the court by way of writing a
Writing,
written
yes,
notice of such fact.
notice.
Okay. And the
Mm-mm.
circumstances attended thereto. And then what happened? After writing the court, what will the court or the Sharia Circuit Court will do? They will be
The
the one to
Sharia,
punish. They will be the
Within
one to
7 days.
punish an invitation, right?
yeah,
The
Mm-hmm.
Sharia Circuit Court will make an invitation to the parties. And who are the parties? Of course, none other than the wife. While the
The
Muslim
wife,
male who pronounce a divorce to her wife. Okay?
the wife.
So, madaling salita, kapag yung lalaki, Len, sinabihan niyang idinidivorce na kita, ang sabi ng batas, without delay, no? Madalian, agaran, na sumulat siya sa korte na kanyang sinasabihan at dinedeklara yung kanyang pagnanasa o pagnanais na hiwalayan yung kanyang asawa. Okay, ano naman ang gagawin ng korte, Len? Ang gagawin ng korte ay
ang clerk of court of the Sharia Circuit Court will notify the wife or wives
right.
on the written notice
Okay. What else? The notice?
within
Okay,
7 days.
okay, the notice filed shall be conclusive evidence. The
This
notice
would be
itself, right? Mariam, the
Yes,
notice itself, yung ginawa nilang papel, shall be considered
yes,
a conclusive evidence that there was a talak, no?
yes.
yes,
Pronounced.
that's
By the
true.
Diba?
man, yes. By
Okay, let
husband.
us elaborate this further. What about those married couple who live in Saudi Arabia? Sige, isipin natin. Di ba, halimbawa si Muslim A nandun at si Muslim A nandun. Oh. Ngayon, doon sila nagdi-divorcean doon. Anong gagawin nila? Wala naman Sharia Circuit Court doon.
Yes.
Oh. Anong gagawin? Still, anong gagawin nila? Susulat pa rin si lalaki. Dito sa Pilipinas. Bakit siya susulat
Mm-mm.
dito sa Pilipinas? Susulatan niya sino?
Because they're
Magpapile
married
siya
in
rito
divorce.
ng kanyang written
Uh,
notice na
notice.
siya ay dinidivorce niya yung kanyang asawa. Ano kayang
Mm.
dahilan? Bakit kailangan yun, Len? So that, what? Can you give one of the importance? Why is it treated that the Filipino Muslim must write a written notice to the court for pronouncing divorce?
As to that question, Sharia Counselor, or the written notice filed by the Muslim husband to the clerk of court of the Sharia Circuit Court would serve as the conclusive evidence that he has repudiated her wife.
So thus there will be a due process, di ba?
There will be a
Kailangan
due
magkaroon ng
process.
due process. In fact, even marriage itself. Can you please read the Civil Code Article 15? No, even in marriage cases, no? Do you have your Xerox copy ng Civil Code din? The
Kindly read,
article.
Sister Mariam.
Okay, ikaw na lang, Len. Meron ka ba dyan? Article 15. Di ba? Even yung mga marriage nila. Sige, basahin nga
In
natin,
Article
Mariam.
15, laws
Okay.
relating to family rights and duties to the status, conditions, and legal capacity of persons in binding upon citizens of the Philippines, even though living abroad.
Oh, di ba, Len? Even though they live abroad, in case that their status, their family rights, and their duties, condition, and legal capacity are affected, di ba? They shall be governed by our civil code. Dapat sila ay gabay-gabay pa rin ng ating batas. So, hindi nila pwede sabihin, tsaka na lang kita didivorcein, tsaka na lang ako magpapile. Di ba? Basta, divorce na tayo. Di ba? Sa ngalan ng, di ba, minsan nagagamit nila yung religion sa maling paraan. Di ba? Sa ngalan ng ganito, di ba? Sa ngalan ni ganito, witness ko si ganito, witness ko si ganito. Hiwalay na tayo, mag-aasawa na ako iba. Tama ba yun, Len?
No. Attorney,
No.
Councilor Norm, pwede
Yes.
po ba yun, halimbawa si husband, susulat lang siya sa isang kapirasong papel na eto, dinidiborsyo ko ng aking asawa at binibigay niya halimbawa sa DAI or sa ustads. Pwede po ba yun?
So yung Len, yung daiya o yung ustad na sinasabi nila kung sino man yun, parang siya pa yung accomplice, no? Siya pa yung dahilan kung bakit nagkaroon ng krimen, di ba? Ng injustice. Nakisawsaw pa yung ustad dun, di ba? Pambihira naman ng mga mangangaral yan, no? Mga, ewan ko, Len, ano bang pwede nating sabihin dito? Pinagalo kasi nila yung religion sa batas ng Pilipinas. Ngayon, kakatigan nila, no? Pangangatawanan nila yung kanilang religion superseding in any law. No. What you need to understand is what is the difference of religious law and our ordinary laws, our national law. Kailangan malaman po nila yun. Bakit kamo? Ang magdudusa dito, Len. Ang magdudusa dito, sino? Yung mga biktima, Len. Sino yung mga biktima? Yung mga taong walang kaalam-alam sa batas na tinatapakan yung kanilang karapatan. Meron sinabi dyan, Mariam, di ba, sa human relation ng civil code. Nandyan kay Mariam. Oo, basahin natin sa Article 19. Article 19. O, sige nga, basahin nyo sa Civil Code na Article 19, Human Relation. Ano sabi dyan? Mariam, every person must ayan.
Okay. Every person must, in the exercise of his rights and in the performance of his duties, act with justice.
Yun, act with justice. Okay, and observe.
Honesty and good faith.
Kita mo na. Honesty and good faith. Kailangan meron siyang justice, di ba? Kailangan ibibigay niya yung nararapat sa kanyang naging asawa. Okay? Hindi mo pwedeng i-deprive yan, Len. O, basahin naman natin dito sa Bill of Rights, no? Article 3, Section 1. O, sino may Bill of Rights sa inyo? Para maintindihan ng ating mga kababayan. Baka akala nila na dampot lang natin to sa iskinita ng Cebu o ng Bacolod. No? Siguro akala nila nagbibiro tayo pag binabasa natin. Sino sa inyo may article, mayroong Bill of Rights na 1987 Constitution? Wala. Maria, meron kang 1987 Constitution. Ako na lang magbabasa. Bill of Rights, Article 3, Section 1. Sabi niya rito, no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor shall any person be denied the equal protections of law. No person shall be deprived. No? Hindi pwedeng pagkaitan, Len. Ang kahit sinong tao ng batas, no? Ng due process, kailangan ilagay mo. So, ilagay natin doon sa kapag ka sinabi na sila ay magdi-divorce, no? Pwede ba na lang na iwanan niya agad-agad? Halen, pwede nga bang iwanan niya na lang ng ganun-ganun na lang basta? No. Hindi pa
na niya yung
sige, Len. Basahin mo nga, Len, yung Article 183. Anong parusa doon sa mga lalaki na bigla-bigla na lang nilang iniiwanan yung kanilang asawa, Len? Article 183.
Makinig po aming mga kapatid na mga Muslim. Article 83 of PD 1083. Okay. Offenses relative to subsequent marriage, divorce, and revocation of divorce. A person who fails to comply with the requirements of Articles 85, 161, and 162 of this code shall be penalized by arresto mayor or a fine of not less than 200 pesos but not more than 2,000 pesos or both in the discretion of the court.
Diba? So, meron dyan provision na kung saan maaari silang makulong. Len, Tagalogin natin ng mas maganda pa, mas maliit pang Tagalog. O kaya, sandali, ako magtatagalog, si Len magbibisaya, at si Mariam, sasabihin niya sa, Mariam, Ilonggo. O sige,
Sige,
sabi,
sir,
ako magtatagalog, susunod sila.
Bisaya,
Okay.
Cebuano.
Okay, eto sabi niya, offenses relative to subsequent marriage. Sino ba mga tao, sabi niya? Sino man sa mga tao na sino man tao, no? Pertaining tao sa Muslim Pilipino na siya ay hindi sumunod sa patakaran ng Article 87, 161 and 162 na tinatalakay sa panuntunang ito, siya ay maaaring ipakulong o maharap sa asunto at siya ay mahatulan o ma-issue ng aresto mayor o papagbayarin ng ating korte sa halagang 200, ngunit hindi lalagpas na 2,000 o maaaring pareho, no, sa kagustuhan at desisyon ng ating korte. Len, Bisaya mo nga, Len. Sige nga. Bisaya mo nga.
Article 183.
Yan.
Kuwani siya, mga
kalalakyan, tao.
Nahihirapan ako si Mano yan. Okay. Unsa may kaning Article 183 nagahisgot ni siya sa mga katong mga Muslim nga wala magsunod sa balaod. Labi na sa ato ang balaod as Muslim. Nga gihisgotan diri sa Articles ika-85, ika-161 ug 162 sa ani nga balaod nato sa PD 1083.
Okay.
Mahimong siyang silutan, penalized by aresto mayor. Or pabayaron ni siya og 200 pesos, 200 pesos. Pero dili siya mo lapas sa 2,000 pesos or 2,000 pesos. Or aresto mayor plus magbayad siya sa fine or depende lang sa korte.
Tama, eksakto. Sana naintindihan nila yun. I hope our viewers understood.
Kasabot ka, Career Counselor Nor?
Kasabot, oo. May to pa. si Mariam. Mariam, how do you say that in Ilonggo?
In Ilongga, okay. Kung sino man nga tawo nga wala nagasunod sa ining lahi nga atong ginapatuman sa Article 85, 161 and 162 under Islamic Law, pwede 1083, ay siya pwede mapriso. Kag siya pwede mapriso, aresto mayor, kag magabayad sang 200 pesos or 2,000 ka pesos or hasta siya madiskit sang korte. Kahanugutan sang korte.
Okay, tama na. So meron tayong Cebu, meron tayong Bacolod, meron tayong English language for foreigners, and meron din naman tayong Tagalog. In other words, do not use religion to violate our laws. Otherwise, you will be dealt accordingly by a fine and a penal provision under our PD 1083. Kaya nga rin, ito nga mahirap sabihin to na ipapaniwala mo sa mga tao na buong akala nila na ang PD 1083 ganun lang at hindi nila pinapansin. Masyado sila naging panatiko at nakatingin sila lahat hindi naman natin tinututulan ng reliyon Mahal natin ng reliyon. Ginagalang natin ng reliyon at sinusunod natin ang ating reliyon, ngunit ilalagay natin sa lugar. Di ba? Kailangan hindi natin matatapakan ang karapatan ng ibang tao. Dahil the moment matapakan mo yung karapatan ng ibang tao, then the cause of action lies before the complainant or the plaintiff. Di ba? Magkakaroon siya ng dahilan para magsampa ng kaso at uminom ng tubig. Pambihira naman talaga. Buti pa si Mariam umiinom ng juice. Okay. Ayan na. Hindi na ako mag-aano sa inyo, magtatagal. You have your programming and I'm happy that you can carry on with your topic and maintain the veracity and maintain the high spirit ng pagbibigay ninyo ng inyong o pag-share ninyo ng edukasyon sa inyong mga kapwa Muslim na Pilipino at sana kapulutan ng aral itong inyong pagpapaliwanag ng ating mga kababayan. At nawa, dalangin po natin na wag sana pong mamasamain ng kapwa nating Muslim Pilipino ang aming pagpapaliwanag sapagkat kami po ay nagbibigay paalala upang hindi po natin masalangsang o ating labagin ang mga itinakda ng ating batas, no? Upang tayo ay patuloy na maging produktibo na mamamayang Pilipino. Okay? Ganun pa man, ako po ay magpapaalam na sa inyo at muli ibibigay ko ang programa kay Len at kay Mariam. Thank you, Mariam. Thank you, Len, for the opportunity of explaining my sharing my ideas. Okay? Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And I would like to thank, before I go, kay Direk Sino, sir. Salamat po. Kay Sir Ismail, maraming salamat po. Assalamualaikum.
Yes, ang saya si Sir Linda. No, we're talking it in our own version, kumbaga. Pakiulit nga si Sir Linda in your own version in Cebu, ang 183 naton.
Okay. Ang kaning artikulo 183, di kay ko kakuan sa Bisaya sa 183. Nagahiskot siya, sister, sa mga unsay mga kaning punishment or offenses relatives to subsequent marriages. Kung pananglitan ang usa ka Muslim man, by the way, Sister Zaira is here sa Lampo. Ask ko lang po kung sinasabihan ng asawa lalaki na divorce na sila ng asawa niya pero hindi naman nag-apply sa court, consider pa rin po ba yan na divorce na sila? Thank you for your question, Sister Zea. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay. Yung nabanggit mo, Sister, mamaya ko na i-translate onto Visayan yung Article 183. Unahin muna natin, Sister Mariam, yung tanong ni Sister Zea.
Sige, go ahead.
Okay. Concern of Sister Zea is that hindi dumaan sa proseso ang talak na nabanggit ng lalaki, ng Muslim man. Kung pagbabatayan po natin yung sa ating provision PD 1083, hindi po siya naayon, sister. Dapat pag si husband, Muslim husband, nag-pronounce siya ng talak, with kagaya yung binanggit kanina ni Sharia Counselor Noor na dapat mag-file siya ng written notice with the clerk of court of the Sharia Circuit Court na ano yung facts, ano yung circumstances na nangyari. So, kung sakaling hindi siya nag-file ng written notice, with the clerk of court, hindi niya na-follow yung proseso na dapat sundin. And
okay,
of course,
Zai. Sister Zai, as we are talking earlier about the Article 161, divorce by talak and takwid, it's stated here that any Muslim male who was pronounced talak without delay filed the clerk of court of the Sharia court of the place where his family reside a written notice, such a fact that the circumstances attended her to after having served a copy thereof to the wife concerned. The talak pronounced shall not become irrevocable after expiration of the prescribed ida. The notice filed shall the conclusive evidence the talak has been pronounced. So kailangan si male husband, Muslim male, will be submitted a written notice to our Sharia circuit court, Sister Zia.
Yeah, so in my opinion also, Sister Mariam, pag hindi si Muslim man or husband nag-file ng written notice with the clerk of court, so wala siyang ebidensya na naitalak niya yung kanyang wife, di ba?
Mm-hmm.
Because it is in paragraph 1 of Article 161, the last statement, the notice filed shall be conclusive evidence that talak has been pronounced.
Anong evidence niya? Oo. this will be the notice field shall be conclusive evidence. Yung ebidensya yan na he already submitted to the clerk of court or the Sharia Circuit Court, Sister Zia.
Zira. Zia. So
Zira?
it is the Muslim
Mm.
husband, Sister Zia, that ang pupunta sa Sharia Circuit Court at ipaalam sa clerk of court na itatalak niya yung kanyang asawa. So kung hindi niya nagawa yung pag-file ng written notice, in our opinion, is that wala siyang ebidensya na naitalak niya yung kanyang asawa. So ano man yung mga rights and obligations between nila as husband and wife, nananatili pa rin. Am I right, Sister Mariam? Kasi wala, di ba, walang conclusive evidence yung maipakita. Oh, hindi nag-file ng written notice si Muslim husband sa clerk of court. So wala nangyaring talak. It's very clear in our Article 161 on this paragraph 1 that para may ebidensya si husband na talagang naitalak niya yung kanyang asawa, pupunta siya doon at mag-submit o mag-file ng kanyang written notice. I hope you're satisfied with our answer, Sister Zia. To our dear viewers, you please you may write your queries. We will try as much as possible to give our opinions. Again, what we are sharing are not substitute to any legal advice. So of the 7 divorce,
for the complete legal advice, can we send a message to Attorney Nor Hernandez for the legal advice, Sister Elvira?
Yeah, that's true. You can connect with Sharia Counselor Nor Hernandez for your, if ever you would like to know deeper on what are the circumstances of what the male or the Muslim male has acted upon. So far, we
yes, and
have...
I would like to add additional, Sister Elinida, yes, I would like also to additional article in Article 5, proof of Muslim law and Ada. Muslim law and Ada not embodied in the code shall be proven in the evidence as the fact, no other which are contrary to the Constitution of the Philippines. This code, Muslim law, publicly order, public policy, or public interest shall be given to any legal effect. That is the important. Sister Zia.
Thank you. Sister Salamat.
Yes.
We are happy to that at least we give you a clarity on the issues you've raised, Sister. We hope that we are educating our Muslim brothers and sisters. We try as much as possible on giving our opinion on what we also learned from our lecture with Sharia Counselor Nor Hernandez. It's very important that we really know
and we're talking about...
Yes, please.
Sister Elinida, for Sister Zia, I'm sorry. The Ada means is our customary law. That is stated here. Ada means our customary law.
Yes, thank you, Sister Mariam. We don't have enough time, and we hope that we have been fruitful with our discussion with you, our dear viewers, and we are very glad that you take time to learn with us. We hope that in our next episode of the Dear Sister Khadijah program, which is live stream every Friday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., you will be with us also to learn more of our laws of the Code of Muslim Personal Laws of the Philippines, as well as the Civil Code of the Philippines. Thank you so much to our Global Pinas TV 168 President, Press Ismael. Thank you, Director Zeno. Thank you, Assistant Director Carl. To our brothers and sisters, we we are so glad that you take time with us, learning with us. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yes, Sister
I am
Mariam.
also thank you. I am also thank you to our viewers who are watching the Dear Sister Khadijah, uh, 5 to 6 p.m. every Friday. To my batchmate at West Negros College and to our friends here. And thank you for Sean for helping me for my task. And also hi to my husband, Abdul Kuder. Thank you for watching. And
Assalamualaikum.
this show, yes, this show will be follow on every Friday, and we have also the Batas at Sharia every Sunday at 12 to 1 in the afternoon. And before we end the program, I would like to repeat this Article 183 offense relative to a subsequent marriage, divorce, and revocation of divorce. Ang sinuman nga tawo nga wala nagatuman sang ining requirements of Article 85, 161, and Article 162 of this code shall be penalized. Ini magapriso sang aresto mayor kag magabayad sang 200 pesos kag hindi maganubo sang 2,000 ka pesos kag discretion of the court. So for our viewers and to our brothers and sisters, if you need some legal advice, we have Attorney Noor Hernandez. And thank you to our President, Mr. Esmela Baya, and Direct Seno, and Assistant Director Vinras. Thank you for the viewers. See you next time.
Assalamualaikum.